Chat, no chat, no chat.
Take the piss out of TVP.
Good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome. There is a space with number 1 written at the top, and we are awaiting Mark, who's got an
Hi, Mark. Hi.
update. Hello, Mark. No, which way I point? That way.
Oh.
That way. There.
No.
He's had an update on his PC, so as soon as that's done, he'll come in and join us. So that's okay. And oh, what was that noise?
Sorry, that was me.
That was you.
Knob Air had the stream on.
Oh, did you? Tap, tap, tap. And Jay is not feeling well. He's got his head between his knees or something, so he won't be joining us tonight either. So it's, at the minute, the lovely Roy and myself, followed by Mark very shortly. So a few hellos. Simon62, good evening, Simon. Thanks for all your shares on Twitter. I've noticed those. Manic, good evening. Stuart, good evening. Mick King, hi Mick. Stuart said, Mick King said, Grant Mullins, evening Grant. Evening everybody. Seat sniffer. Just listening, watching match. Okay, you're allowed to do that. Adrian Mason, good evening Adrian. TVP going to be late. My PC is updating. There you go. So I think the last message I got, it was on 5%. So hopefully it
won't. Total amateur. You think this, knob reviewers, what do you expect from them? new reviewers, what do you expect from them?
I'm sure he's listening, Roy, but keep going. Fuel the fire for when he comes on, by all means. Jason Lee, evening Jason. Stuart said, Webley, evening Webley. Jackson Vape Reviews, evening Mark. You'll have to pop on one night, Mark, when you're not working. I said that before. I think Mark often works on a Tuesday night, so hasn't been able to. Louis Fishing, evening Louis. Lynn, one of my spanners, evening Lynn. Rufus, evening Rufus. Scrolling down. Kieran, my spanner number 2. Where's spanner 3? He's not in there.
Have you demoted Kieran, or not Kieran? Have you demoted Daniel to number 3 or number 2?
Just the order I get then, as they say on these shows, in no particular order. It's the order Daniel. I read them in. Eric, evening Eric. Simsig. Lynn, Shane Gibson, Stuart Ayton, I think I've said. Louis, definitely.
Shane Gibson says he's watching the 49-inch TV.
Rufus again. I think we're getting through them all. Eric, I said Eric. Yep, I can't see him. David Adair. Didn't say hello to David. Evening, David.
Oh, he's trying to ignore the Northern Ireland ones here. That's all it is.
Oh, right. Pav, evening, Pav. Thumbs up from Pav. Hello, all. Paul Winstanley, evening, Paul. Matthew Barton. The Late Night Vape Show. Good evening. Paul, another Paul. It's not smoke. Evening, it's not smoke. John. Thick and fast now. Getting towards the end. Shane Gibson, evening Shane. Oh, that was Shane watching on the 40-inch TV. That's probably because I'm so big, and it's normally they'll be split in 4, but because Jay's not here, one of us has to be bigger. YouTube have just told me I'm live. Thanks for that, YouTube. Phoenix Vapes, I think I mentioned, and I think we're all up to date. I'm on a laptop, and that was scary. So Dave was on a laptop, and it's still scary.
That was me going into his face.
So, right in the eye. Oh, keeping an eye on you. Are you watching those thumbs down? That's what you're doing, isn't it, right?
All 2 of them.
Evening, David. Roy, tell us what you're vaping on.
Me, I'm on the Ed Balance with the Quaggo Vape or Kugo Vape, whatever it's called. Lamo on top, and in that I've got some of the mystery juice.
Well, you can tell them.
It's Mark's new Naturevape's new venture, looks of things, a 50-50 strawberry custard, and I've had this a sum total of when did I get it? Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
Saturday morning, and that's what's that bottle was full. And no, I didn't even actually start that until Sunday, because it was Sunday afternoon that I redone up the Lamo again and put it in it.
Pre-mixed at 9 milligram.
I've also on the Vupu Argus with the nest, but look at the coil on the nest.
Ooh, a horizontal nest.
Horizontal nest. And in that, I've got some Shite Hots L'Amour. And that juice is that bloody good that I've normally got a pod on the go with Nick salts in it. I haven't had a pod on the go with Nick salts since Sunday.
So you've just been on the strawberry custard.
It is bloody marvellous.
I'm glad you like it. I must admit, I mean, I've got in fact, I used it on a last couple of reviews, I think, the True Juice strawberry custard. The criticism of the True Juice strawberry custard, that's quite a mouthful, was that it was more like a strawberry cream, and I agree with everyone. It is more like a strawberry cream. You mentioned it as well, didn't you, Roy?
Yep.
More of a custard. So I got the lovely guys at Jack Rabbit. I said, can you make me another one? I said, I love the strawberry, which I did. I always liked the strawberry in it, but I said, can you just bring that custard through? More custard, more custard. And the result is what you got. So would you say now it's still got a creamy hint to it, Roy?
It's a creamy custard. Yeah. It's not a vanilla custard, which I love my vanilla creamy custards. It is still got a creaminess to it, but you've still got the eggy custard coming through, more so. And Michelle likes it because it's not a vanilla custard. She hates vanilla custards, full stop, but she actually likes that because it is just a creamy custard.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's to me, there's no more fiddling need to be done to that. It's an all-day vape for me.
Rufus on the FP on the Boxer Dual 21700, and the last of his Bollo Bulu. I usually call it Bully Bully. Nice setup, Rufus. Nice that. And is that all, Roy?
That is, believe it or not, just the two devices. Well, I do have that on the Drag S on the go with some, if I can pick up the right bottle, some of this infamous stuff.
Infamous? Why is it infamous?
The Daddy Pig smoke juice. One that a certain reviewer got paid to review, and then got 3 bottles and reviewed 2, then pulled the review, and then had a whole floor about it. But yeah, so I got some. I actually bought the juices because it's an Northern Ireland company, and honestly, I'd never heard of them before.
Right.
So I thought I'd buy some of the juices, and emailed the guy as well and said, "Look, do you mind if I reviewed them?" And he says, "No, go on ahead." So, but I've only sort of drip tested 2 of them and vaping this one. So I'll vape it for a few days and vape the other ones for a few days and do the review on them to see what they're. But on first goes, the same quality juices.
Good evening, Mark.
Good evening. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear.
Who the hell's that knob reviewer coming in? Oh
my God.
PvP.
I was just wondering what Mark would think of 7 thumbs down before he even comes on.
I know. It mustn't be me. It must be you that don't like Mark.
I think it's me.
No, it's not. It's me. Piss off. You're stealing my glory as a thumbs down. It's mine. It's mine.
Oh, I was already early. I was getting set up at like 8:10. I thought it'd be nice and efficient. Then, boom, up your PC need updates. Like, come on. It just took about 45 minutes.
That's happened
like, ridiculous.
in the past. It's
so 45, 10 past 8 to 29 is 30 minutes.
No, 10 to, not 10 past. 10 to 8.
10 past.
Oh, I meant 10 to.
Someone don't like you, Mark. We gained a little thumb down. That's all right. As long as we're consistent.
We've got 10 thumbs down now.
I think that's all again now. Where was I? I was just looking in chat as well before I say what I'm vaping on. Shane Gibson, not put my Lamo down. To be honest, great vape. I know that's true because Shane ordered, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying, he ordered a stainless steel one and he came straight back 2 days later to order a black one. So I know he likes it. Evening, Daniel. And Michael Sherrington. Hi, Mark. Your audio is a bit low. I've just moved the microphone further forward, Michael, so hopefully it's all right now. If it is, just say yes, better, or no, still awful. Jackie,
Amateurs.
Sorry, amateurs.
Amateurs,
yeah. Well, at least we turned up, Mark. Hey.
I mean, what? I've had 10 minutes left. Come on.
Frank Snowman, good evening. JP, Eden JP. And I don't think there's a lot more. I'll get to more after I've done what I'm vaping on. I can turn my phone off now, can't I, Mark? Because you're here. I left it on in case you messaged.
You can do so, yes.
Right. Okay. So what am I vaping on? I am on the same as Roy. The Lamo on the Ed Balance. And today, for the Ed Balance, I ordered. I'm going to try it anyway, and I might do a YouTube review of this when I do it. I ordered some DNA 60. I don't know if you can see them. DNA 60 chips. So I'm going to try and convert it to a DNA 60. I don't think it'll be hard because
good luck with that.
Well, I know the chip that's in it is the Ambition Mods chip. I know it is because they sold it to him. And that is a dead spit physical size and terminal wise of a DNA 60. So it should just be an unsold or solder job. So I might even review it while I'm doing it.
No, Mark, don't make me one. I've sold you before. All right,
Oh,
no.
Don't make you one. All right. I'll have to change the wrapping now then. What else am I vaping on? I am vaping on the Dwarf. That's on the Flex Zachary.
Oh, yes, we're going to get your thoughts this week, aren't we?
Thoughts on the Dwarf?
I'm interested. I'm excited.
You're excited? And I'm also vaping on all these things have got such hard names, haven't they? Crime Hild.
Crime Hild.
Subohm Tank. They don't focus very well, do they? Come on, focus in. Do as you're told. No. You will focus in. I will make you. It really isn't, is it?
He hasn't realised he's got a manual focus, has he?
Bucket of whatnot. So, and that's got the.
God, I'm stuck with a bunch of amateurs tonight. One can't be in time. One can't take it off off manual focus.
You know, one of your blue bulbs is out behind you, don't you, Roy?
I don't have any blue bulbs.
Oh, you nearly fell.
Early days.
This one has got the rebuildable coil in it, and I've just done a review of that today. Not without the odd faux pas, but I did a review. Wouldn't be the same if the review was perfect, would it? And that's what I'm on. Marcus, what are you on?
Sorry for being late. It really wasn't my fault, Lord. Genuinely, it was a Windows update, and everybody with Windows knows when you get a major update, it just takes forever. So apologies, but I'm here now. So what am I vaping on?
Knows they should.
Yeah, I'm going old school mod wise. I'm on the Asmodus EOS 2, still stabled one, with the Supreme V3 on top. Absolutely killer RTA. Of course, I've got the Lamo RTA on the Ultronic Victory mod. Still rocking that set. That's just beautiful.
That's a nice little setup, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah, absolutely wonderful, splendid. This is my piece of shit daily setup. So I've got the Aegis, the Geek Vape Aegis. I think this is the OG one with the Aries on top, the G-Taste Aries. That's just my daily banger. And finally, I'm on the Sphinx with the Hellvape. What is this? The Hellbeast RDA on top of there with some wonderful Rochford projects in lemon
just reviewed that, haven't you, Mark?
Oh, the RDA, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to because I've got no else in, so it's literally fucking scraping the dregs at the moment.
Have you still not had anything come through?
I got this from UK Vapor Brands the other day, which I thought was pretty cool. They do with like Joytech, Wismec, and all that, and it's this Joytech Trilogy kit. It's like 3 different pods in one.
Very nice. One's
like a powerful one, a less powerful one, and then just like a little stick thing. But it does look pretty cool, doesn't it?
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
So even though it's shitty pods, I will get around to reviewing that this week.
Shitty pods.
What's wrong with pods?
I'll let you answer that.
Each to their own, innit? But yeah, I've had nothing.
Here, so pause
Nothing
me
come in,
fine.
and I've literally had no emails or anything either. So I'm starting to panic a bit.
Don't panic, Mark. All will come to you. You haven't reviewed the Nest yet. Could I remind you of that?
Good point. Good point. I might do that actually, and do it with the pre-mades as well.
Did I send you any of them? I can't remember.
Yeah, you did. I've got one left.
Right. Okay. That was another review that I've done. I've done 2 reviews in 2 days. One was the pre-made coils for the Nest.
Slow down.
Well, to be honest, I thought I'd already done that, and someone said, "These do you sell, or you should sell pre-made coils?" And I was about to send the link to my YouTube video, and thought I ain't done it, so I quickly did it. So that was on there. What have I missed in chat? Oh, Russ Knight, loving the Lamo. Thanks, Mark. I'm going to be honest, we haven't sold a massive amount of these Lamos, which amazes and surprises me. I'll be honest. I normally know when a product's going to sell quite well. But the people that have bought them have all got in touch with me and said, "Oh, thank God you told me about this, because I'm loving it." And
I'm gobsmacked, Jan, so because it's like I said in my review, for the money, it's no brainer.
Quite strange. Perhaps I think it's because it's a new company. They've been bitten before, haven't they? By new companies. Is it good? Is it bad? I mean, a bit like the Pandora. Really, it had the makings of being really good, but it wasn't without fault, was it? There was extension bits that didn't fit and things like that. But I've had no issues with the Lamo. So there was a hint. Sorry.
5 builds I put into it now.
5, have you?
Yeah.
Did you told me just for the show you've just done your review, haven't you, Roy, for the Lamo?
Yeah.
Is it up?
It went out this evening, just before the 48 there. It went out.
So anyone who I haven't seen it yet, I will be watching it. Anyone who hasn't seen it, hop on Roy's Reviews channel and have a look. What you got there, Mark?
Oh, this is the new Helvet motor along the Vertex with that stupid spinny wheel. So in the bottom, in the I can get the fucking thing off. It's got like a disc where the airflow is, and it revolves round.
What as
so
you
it's got like different airflow holes, different settings. So it's got a 1 hole, a 3 hole, and a larger hole, and that disc in the centre just spins round.
Oh, I see.
Well, I say it spins round. It just pops out because it's like on an O-ring, so you can actually just pull it out. Which I don't know how I feel about that because it's quite loose.
I had visions then, and I'm surprised no one's done it. Do you remember as a kid, and I don't know what they were called, they looked a bit like a pod, and you blow them and they go zoop, 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 like that. They had a spinny disc inside of it.
Yeah.
Kazoo.
Is that what they're called?
Kazoo.
Kazoo, I didn't know that. So what makes you wonder why no one's tried to do that with vaping in it, to give it almost like, and call it the Dyson. Now I'm giving someone ideas now. Lynn's vaping the Theron DNA 75 with the Salix RDA, doing a bit of squonking. Black Country, the FP, that's a second person still vaping your FP, Mark. How old is that now?
Becca's still on it every day.
It's a cracking tank. You can't fault it.
But it's stood the test of time, isn't it? For all the criticism.
It definitely has.
It's stood the test of time. Sign of a good tank, that, Mark.
Exactly.
But the fact is, you can't. You done what? 2 big massive runs of it, Mark?
Yeah.
There was the V1 and then there was the V2 come out, and they did 3 runs. They did 2 runs of the V2, didn't they?
Well, I think they might have done 4 because the last run they practically gave them away.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I don't know what they did. I suppose it was once they got all the machines set up, it's easy just to spin. Then I suppose.
It is, Jackson. The FP is well and truly underrated.
Oh, I saw Jackson. I saw your vape care parcel from Mark Q&L. Sent some stuff out there, didn't he? Nice one, man.
Boom! You're more than welcome. That writing still isn't coming on right. I don't know why. I'll fix that. I don't know why it's doing it. Yeah, it was. I showed it the other week. It was just literally having a clear up in here, and it was samples I've been sent. Sometimes you know, Mark, you get 2 or 3 of something, and I've already tried it, perhaps liked it, didn't like it, whatever, and I put them in this box and just thought, that's some more out of the way. And rather than just chuck it in the bin or whatever, I just wanted to see it go to use. Mark's got a new channel, just wanted to give him a little leg up, really.
Oh, exactly. Nice thing to do as well.
As you do. Helen Knight, good evening. Did I say hello to Helen? I don't think I did. Shane, the Lamo is that good. My Ether RTA has gone in the spares box. There you go.
Well, it's that good that I haven't picked up a pod since Sunday for mixed salts. And that's also because of your lemon strawberry custard.
Helen Knight. Sorry, Rod, I did hear you. I didn't answer you. That's a bit like when Tina says, do you want a cup of tea? And I don't answer her. I've heard her. So why don't I just say yes? It must be a man thing.
I do that when someone texts me. I'll think, oh, I'll just answer that in 5 minutes. And then before you know it, 5 days have passed. You're like,
Yeah.
rude.
It's Friday. I didn't answer it. Helen Knight, I like a restricted direct to lung as the Lamo worth a pop. You can vape the Lamo in that style.
That's exactly how I vape it, Helen. Restricted direct lung. Open. Perfect.
So quite simply.
It is so versatile, especially with those wee inserts. You can take it from restricted direct lung to very restricted mouth to lung.
Tim has just put. Sorry, go on, finish.
Okay, go ahead, though. Say what Tim.
Twice I don't know to you in about 2 minutes. Sorry. Finish, Roy. Sorry, mate.
No, I want you to get through chat. I don't want you to go an hour behind in chat.
Yeah, Tim has just put, do the idiots realise that pressing thumbs down does the same thing as thumbs up, presses a stream video higher up the YouTube algorithm recommendation? I think, Tim, to be honest, there's just a bit of joking going on up there. I think that's because I mentioned it earlier. I think that's all it is. I'm not taking it personally.
17.
Yeah, I think that's the most thumbs down we've had in quite some time, 17. So I think people have taken the piss now, slightly.
Iggy, hello, Iggy.
So, Mark, come on, don't leave me in suspense any longer. Talk about this.
You want to know, don't you? You want to know what I think about.
Hang on, where's my popcorn? Where's my popcorn?
I want to know. Come on.
Oh, and wreck the review. Baz, eating Baz. And Matt Polly. Right, okay, I'll tell you. Trying to sum it up. I was thinking, so when I first got this and I opened it up and I saw the way it worked, the insert and the peak insulator that went around, the little stainless steel bit on top, I thought, love that design, superb. The posts that you put your wire through, the shoulder is perfect, nips your wire perfect. I thought, love that as well. It's a doddle to build, absolute doddle. I like the way the wick goes, a bit like, remember the old Tayfun GT where you've got the coil and the wick comes direct to the side, so the juice feeds straight in through. It doesn't have to go up. Spot on. I thought, yeah, we're all good. And the airflow inserts under the coil, I'd ordered 3. I didn't know what to order. I think it's Keith Parker. I haven't seen him in chat tonight, but he said you want the 0.6 holes and 3 of them. So 0.6 of a mil, 3 of them. Obviously, so I ordered one. Obviously, I got the one that comes with it, which I'm going by memory. I think it's a 1.2 mil hole. And I also ordered a double air hole, which I think was 1.2 times 2. It's either 1 mil times 2 or 1.2 times 2, which is what I've got in here now. And to be honest, I can't settle on any 3 of those inserts. Now, there are about, I'm going to say, yes, 10, there might even be 12 of these inserts. They're £5 or £6 each. So what do? Do you order them all so that you're catered for? But if, like me, you haven't found the one that you like, and I quite believe there is one that I'd like in there, you have to then try another one or 2, which is another 14 or 15 quid delivery charge, plus the £5 for the insert. that's 25 quid. You've already bought a cheap RTA, haven't you? 25 quid very often. So from that point of view, that for me, that's a bit of a downside. I think I understand don't give everyone 12, but probably give people the 3 in a parameter of what most people would vape in, I think would be quite good. But it gets worse for me on this. See, the size of that air intake there, Mark, on the side.
Yeah, it's big. It's big.
It's huge. And there is a certain philosophy with mouth to lung that the air coming in should be the same as the air under the coil. And vaping it, I'm going to go close to the microphone. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
And that's loud and horrible. And I don't like it. I know there's a lot of people in chat I'm going to really upset with my comments on this, but it's how it is. You asked me what I thought, and this is what I think. Now, I've got a little bit of foam here, Mark, and Roy, that if I stick that in the hole, if I can, and get it right. Now, I know it looks damn stupid, but now, let's see if I got it right.
Yeah, it's almost silent.
That now is a beautiful vape. But I can't walk around with a bit of foam stuck in the side of it.
No. The trouble is, and I mean, you don't have to be Stephen Hawking to work this out, because the hole's so big and the hole inside's a lot smaller. There's too much air going in, and it's causing turbulence trying to get through that smaller hole inside, and that's what's making it loud. It
is. And so with that bit of foam, I'm going to say it's probably one of the best, if not the best, I've ever tried. But wouldn't you also, sorry, Mark, wouldn't you also be better maybe, because obviously you bought the authentic tank and that, wouldn't you be better going to China and getting the whole range of the clone inserts? You could probably I could have done that, to be fair, but you know what would happen then, Mark. If I did that, I'd say, oh, yeah, but you ain't got the genuine inserts, and they probably didn't drill them accurately and all the rest of it. So I just want the whole thing genuine and to try it. But that is, on balance, what I think of it. Potentially, and for the main part, I think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's brilliant. But that hole there lets it down for me, big style. So I don't know what the cure is. I don't know whether they could. It needs something in there. Almost, I'll tell you what would work probably is, you know, like the wire mesh that they used to make the Genesis type bricks out of. Perhaps something like, almost like, so you're putting a Brillo pad in effect. Something like that stuck in that hole would then reduce that air going through. I think that's nice.
Is that a ring on the bottom?
A ring?
Is it a ring that could come off and make different size? They could make different size air hole rings. Which then would just
it detaches. No, it I don't. Does it? Hang on.
Rufus has got a good point. Couldn't you 3D print something to go inside?
I probably could, to be honest. But we all, why should you have to on something that as expensive as this?
Well, you shouldn't have to. It's like I say, when it works amazingly. It's just a little ill thought out, that I think, isn't it?
I don't know if you boys have ever seen inside one of these. That's inside it there.
I have, yeah.
Why the hell this camera isn't focusing? I don't know. There you go.
MF has used up all his throwaway accounts for the thumbs down.
You up?
Come off at MF. How many subs have you got now at the minute? I thought you'd about 1,000 odds.
Well, that's quite all right. I'll repay the favour on Saturday with my 149 accounts. So,
I'm not with you. What are you all on, Mike? Is Mike in chat, is he?
He is. Mike's come into chat and he said, sorry for the thumbs down. Used all my throwaway accounts.
I see. Yeah, but you see, I don't think Mike has got any throwaway. I think he's a genuine old boy. I think he drinks in the South Bar. I really do.
He's got 1,123 throwaway accounts.
Oh, I've got a lot from over the years. A lot of YouTube accounts. Trust me. Probably close to 100. I've got them all wrote down in a book as well somewhere.
I've got one.
I've
Adrian,
got
you've been busy, Nature.
3.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Dion, yeah, the vape is smooth and thick vapor. I don't know which one, because I'm behind in chat, just for a change. I think I'm not sure which tank he was referring to there. And Daniel's on his Artemis. I think I said good evening, Daniel. If I didn't, good evening, Daniel. Tempted by the Vertex was Rasper. And whilst everyone said about this tank, no, can't see it. Has anyone mentioned it?
What did that cost you all in, Mark, for everything you got there?
I think I got it wrong there. I think it was something like 65 euros and 25, something like that. So what, 90
So it's not. I mean, it's not the most expensive tank. I mean, it's dear. Don't get me wrong, it's expensive. But when you consider the Type 2 was what, 75 euros, 70 quid when it first come out. That's like, it's probably on a par with something like that, isn't it?
Mm. I just think they've got so much right. How did they get that bit wrong? Or is it just me?
Is it China made?
Well, you wouldn't know, would you? I don't know. Probably.
It's got to be for that money, hasn't it?
Yeah, probably. But I mean, I find myself putting my finger over it and trying to get, as you're vaping it, but you shouldn't have to do that, should you? Play it like a flute.
No, that'd piss me right off, that.
Yeah. So
I had to make sure that the airflow in the ammo is round by the battery to stop me from hitting the airflow.
Yeah, to stop you putting your finger over it. But I did the normal, like, subconscious test. Like, this was beside me with the Lamo, and this was beside my chair at night. That one still had a full tank of juice by the end of the night, and you just instinctively pick up what you like. You don't even think about it, do you?
Well, I saw Rufus said it's Hungarian made, so it's Europe. It's a European manufactured tank. So I mean, 65 euros. It's not extortionate, really.
Yeah. Tim Rice said I should try that.
When you think some higher end RTA, 100, 150, 200 pounds, euros, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not massively priced. I think they've priced it nicely. And like I say, I think the design for everything else, they've done a fantastic job. I love it.
What's the machining like?
Good, superb. I can't fault the machining. You just can't fault it. You undo the base and it's on a different thread rating to the top, so it undoes nicely, all that sort of thing.
Does it have flathead screws or starhead screws?
I think I had X screws. I think
flathead screws should be fucking exterminated from the planet.
Tim Rice says I should try the 3 by 0.9 millimeter. Okay, Tim, I might well try. I'm going to buy some other inserts, but anyone in chat and I know there's a few of you got this. Do you agree or disagree with me about that airflow on the outside? You can split the deck in half. You could yeah, that's what you read, wasn't it, Mark? 3D print. Yeah, I could do, but you shouldn't.
The thing is with the airflow, I've seen it many times before, not just on Motorlung either, also on like RTAs and stuff. Once that outer is bigger than the inner, that's when you start causing turbulence, or even vice versa if the inner is larger than the outer, because there's too much air going in trying to suck up to that smaller hole inside. It just causes that friction and that noise.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And sometimes with that, you might get a bit of turbulence as well, a little bit of up and down with that turbulent. But like you say, they should be pretty much on a par with each other, the inner and the outer airflows.
Well, I think so. Even if they had a dual insert system so that they had yet another piece that you put in here, I'd rather have that and have it right. But it's interesting, isn't it, that the high, or call it high end because it's not low end, but medium to high end. It's funny how they get away with things like that and people forgive them for it. But they
could even fix that now, Mark. Make a little silicone insert, a little clear silicone insert where you just push in, it sits nice and flush.
Yeah,
it cost them pennies.
Yeah, it would. But a cheaper Chinese company, if they'd done that, they'd be hung for it. That's not math to long. That's no good like that. Don't they know anything? You can just hear it, can't you?
Talking about airflows, Mr. TVP. What's happening in your next tank? Because apparently it was unique airflow. Going by your
nothing yet. I'm still I'm still waiting. Nothing. I've had a bit of to and fro in with them, shall we say? So yeah, just a case of where, and they're going on Chinese holiday soon, aren't they? In a week or so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So nothing
Nice
really.
to get a month off.
Yeah, there's just no updates yet at all. I know the last time I spoke to her, they were just getting ready to machine the prototype. So I think she wanted to send that out before the Chinese holiday. So we'll see.
Well, I hope they do. I look forward to seeing that, obviously.
Ditto.
And Elemental E-Liquids TVP, do you still do juice reviews?
Yeah, I'm going to start doing again, but I'm going to be selective. No, I'm going to be selective. Otherwise, I'm going to get fucking just bombarded with juice companies, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm going to do juice reviews, but very, very selective on what I do. Maybe a bit of Daddy Pig. I'll do it for free. Or I'll do it for 24 quid a juice. Sounds like.
I bought 3 bottles to review. So,
but yeah, I don't want to be bombarded with 50 juice companies a day saying, "Can you review this? Can you do that?" And then you end up upsetting them when you get the juice and you don't do it. It's just ag, isn't it?
That is the problem. There's so much that is, you'd think, oh yeah, it's not what you wouldn't even finish the bottle type of thing. So how do you do that review other than say it's not very nice, and Karen, which
objective. Like I did one on Spook Juice, which was it's the horriblest juice I've ever tasted. It just tastes like chemical. And I was honest about it, but that's probably why I'm never inundated with offers for reviews.
The thing is with juice reviews, it's like I always thought, and I always had the opinion that, listen, if it's crap, if it's garbage, then just tell people. But just remind them that flavour is subjective and taste is very subjective. So one man's poison is another man's toilet water. You know what I mean? It's like I've had juices before. I love Just Jam Raspberry, and I know friends of mine can't stand it. And I think it's one of the best juices ever made. So it's very, very subjective. But I always said you could tell whether a juice has been manufactured in the correct way, rather than cheap bathtub shit, which we used to get a lot of back in the day. You can tell if it's made with good, clean ingredients.
Yep.
Definitely.
The clarity of the juice, how it tastes, what the aftertaste is. You also know cheap juice is the ones who use cheap concentrates that have to put a shitload of concentrate into it to try and get the flavour to come through, which then just leaves
that very bitter aftertaste in your mouth.
Yeah, which is the chemical aftertaste. But then, whether you like a juice or not doesn't come down to it. The way I sort of look at juice is, if it's telling me that it's Coke float, does it taste? Do I get the taste I would associate with a Coke float? If you do, then it's doing what it says in the tin.
So I mean, going back to the point, I will do juice reviews, but it's probably going to be with companies that I've only worked with before, companies that I know, companies that I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? And that's that.
That's that. I went through a phase where I was getting boxes and boxes of e-liquids come through. I didn't ask them to send them, and then you get hounded. Did you get my juice? Did you get my juice? What do you think? How you tried them all? And I'm like, I didn't even ask you to send me this juice. And
no, I remember, Mark, the very first expo I went to, I come home with about 10 litres of e-liquid. Just 3 big fucking bags, just crammed full of e-liquid. And in the end, I was giving it away before I come home because it was just every stall I went to. Oh, you reviewer? Yeah, take this. Tell us what you think. You don't have to do a video. Just let us know what you think. And if you do want to do a video, do a video. And it's like, fucking hell. So I remember the second expo I went to, I made a point of saying, nope, I'm not even coming over trying your juice, because I tried that much juice on the first one. I felt sick. By Saturday, I felt really, really ill because I'd just over-nicked, over-vaped.
Yeah. Fair enough, Mark. Adrian Mason, right, is a comment for me to get to grips with. That sound from the dwarves sounded like gurgling. Often bad wicking is silenced by less turbulence. I normally like tons of air being reduced just under the coil, but have had occasional gurgling. Adrian, I know you're a dwarf lover, and honestly, this is not a gurgle. Listen.
That's just turbulence.
That's not gurgle. If it was gurgle, I wouldn't be having Listen now.
Smooth.
There's no gurgle. That's not juice. So I hear what you say. I do hear what you say, and I'm not trying to belittle you, Adrian. You've been watching me and supporting me for a long time. But it's how I feel. That's my honest opinion. There'd be no point in me coming on here and saying, "Oh, I've got the dwarf now. I can see what they're all on about now." Amazing. In a lot of respects, it is amazing, and it's built beautifully. That I love the design inside, other than this airflow. And I will.
The trouble is now as well. In the last 18 months or so, 12 to 18 months, we've seen motor lung make such a massive comeback that there's literally an RT out there for everybody. Like even China now are making really, really good, solid performing motor lung RTAs, whereas back in the day, all they focused on was sub-ohm tanks, direct lung RTAs, and the only time you could really get a decent motor lung RTA was either buy an authentic high-end one or go to China and buy a clone. There were your two options.
Well, there's.
No, I mean, I'm talking even before that, Mark.
No.
That was probably one of the first wave of incoming Chinese motor lung tanks, if you like, the influx.
There wasn't many.
Now it seems every week a new Chinese company's got a new motor lung RTA.
I know. So I mean, there wasn't many when I bought the True Tank out. There wasn't many mouth to lung tanks out there that would proper mouth to lung, was there?
No.
So, I was quite pleased to do it at the time. But I think if I bought that True Tank out now, it would just get lost in the.
It would. It get lost in the ether, like it was lost in the wave of current motor lung tanks that are coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
you brought it out definitely the right time.
Yeah, there was so many last year. I think there's a new Expremiser V5 coming out as well, isn't there? I think I got offered one the other day.
That's one tank I've never had, the Expremiser, and people rave about it. I know my mate Niche, he was at the V4, the last one, he absolutely swore by that, said it was one of the best motor lungs he'd ever had.
In fact, I think I threw mine away when I had a clear up because I disliked it that much. But honestly, I didn't like it. I mean, you think of last year. Let's do a top 3 of last year mouth to lung tanks. Roy.
Oh, well, me, I don't have any mouth to lungs. I only have, I would say that one.
The Nevermore.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't really have many, but for me, hands down, was the Carefun 2019 was the best of last year, and that was 2019, and it was still the best motor lung last year. Proper took some beating, but yeah, the Nevermore, the Laymore, there's not many motor lung RTAs that I review and keep. You know what I mean? I've got a bag in there just full of vape stuff. I've probably got about 10 to 15 in a box in there, what I forgot about. But it's got to be really memorable and really, really, really solid and good for me to keep using it and remember it.
Yeah, I think the Lamo really, I guess, really is this year, not last year, because although I got the prototype, it really only came out this year. But I mean, there was so many.
The Berserker ranges, I thought, always performed really well. The last one they did, the V2, I think it is.
A lot of people leaking. I never had leaking.
Never had a leak on mine. Never had an issue with them, and they just performed really good flavour, really nice, true motor lung vape. So I just loved them.
What about obscure ones? Did you have is it the cog you call it?
Do you have the cog? What a pile of poo that was. I would actually put that as my worst mouth to lung RTA tank.
Oh, you hated it, didn't you? I know there's quite a few reviewers weren't happy with that, to be honest.
Well, that's because I was going to buy it because I heard someone say it was actually quite good, and I did a bit more research into it and found more bad reviews and sort of didn't like it about it, so I didn't buy it.
I like the principle of it, and I thought that's quite good. A cog, change the airflow. Well, that's a novel idea. Oh my god, that's not even a mouth to lung. It's not a mouth to lung. Not how I would class a mouth to lung. And again, it was another one that hit the bin when I had a clear up. But shame, Roy. I'd have sent it to you, mate. You could have tried it. It really was.
No, I don't. I honestly, it's one of those things. I don't think I didn't want to buy it after sort of watching a few different reviews on it, but
yeah, I mean, even Kieran said there, and Kieran's like a mental guru. He said that was his biggest turkey in 2020.
It was the worst, definitely. If someone said what's the worst one to me, I'd say the cog. 100%, I'd say the cog.
But did somebody not have it as the best of 2020?
Who would have that as the best?
I'm nearly positive I've heard somebody. I can't remember who.
No,
insignificant, but I can't remember. Somebody had it as the best of 2020.
you got.
I'm nearly positive.
No one would do that.
Well, somebody's been paid off by Watofo.
That just wouldn't be. No one would put that as the best. I guarantee you. They could.
I'm sure.
Well,
keep us right.
Unless I made a complete bodge of build. Well, Kieran just said he didn't like it either, didn't he? Kieran's very much like me. We all like different airflows, I guess, but I can't imagine how that.
Frank Snowman, the cog was Vic's #1 of 2020. There we go. I knew somebody had it. I knew somebody had it as a #1. Don't know who it was.
Oh, John, you couldn't write it, could you?
That's it. That's
well,
it.
Again, all I'll say is one man's champagne, another man's toilet water, and it's like,
yeah,
horses, isn't it? And I possibly can't comment because I didn't actually get the pleasure of trying the cog.
I bought them for stock because I thought that looks an interesting idea. I'll get some. I didn't buy many. Thank God I didn't. But anyway, I think we'll move on that point. I didn't really.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't write that script, could you? Chris Holmes, evening lads. Got the Lamo today, Mark. Thanks. Good bit of kit. You were right to get that. Cheers. Thank you, Chris. See, that's what I mean. The people that have bought it seem to love it. So it's quite good.
I think it is. I definitely think it's going back to what you said, Mark, that it's a new company that people haven't heard of. But then again, people shouldn't be surprised from Naturevape's website of seeing things that they haven't maybe heard of before. You do stock some obscure things.
I do. I know.
But he also stock some shit as well, like the cog. So you know.
I do. For the main, I do try and hunt around and find little hidden gems, and I do, and new things that I think that could be quite good. And normally, and a case in point is the Lamo, I tell them, send me one first, and if I like it, I'll buy them. And I did like it, so I bought them. So I don't just buy something like the latest, well, we use Watofo, the latest Watofo product. I think, oh, well, I'll get them because I'll sell. That isn't ever how I've run my business. I've always run it. Am I going to be happy vaping this? Yes, I am. Right, I'll put it on the site. That's
try before you buy.
Yeah, it is really, isn't it? And that's gone against me sometimes because I've been a bit late to the party with some tanks and things because other people have just gone straight in and bought them, had the first delivery. And that's why I like to deal with the manufacturers in the main because I'll normally get a prototype first so I can make that judgment call before I just, buy it from a distro or something like that.
I hope Kubo Vape's next venture is as good as the Lamo. That's me spoiling my review. But if their next product is as good as that, I'd like to see them. I'd like to see what they'd come up with a direct long tank.
Just going to say exactly the same.
I think they'll do more. I mean, there might be a new company, but they're not new designers and they're not new to vaping. I'll put it that way. Can you imagine
definitely not.
If someone just literally came up and that was their, I think we'll do a tank, and they did their and they came up with that, you just say, oh, the guy's a genius. If that's his first attempt, you really would.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd designed that and brought that out, I'd be proud of that.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Somebody 12-year-old sitting in China with a pencil drawing it. Make this.
With his Dremel, making his prototype. Spencer New, Naturevape. I agree 100% on that dwarf. I've got a 1.1 Zachary version of it, and Zachary version, that name really has stuck, isn't it? And I can't imagine it being much different on the authentic. Too much air coming in from the outside. So there you go. There's one person agrees with me. MF Spencer, I found that the original dwarf baffled me. Why they did that? Yeah, this is the latest version, I think. There's other versions, isn't there? I think this is the latest one. So, MF did a review of the Lamo live on Saturday. For those of you that haven't seen it, go and have a little catch-up of that one. So, Mark said, never work with animals, Mark. Or what is that, children?
Never work with kids or animals.
Here, Mark, your lockdown pod is coming on well.
I know, mate. Yeah. You know what? Since I've had this new job and I'm working from home now, I never leave the house. All I do is eat, sleep, and work. I just don't go out.
It must be a big change from walking or driving and
Oh,
walking.
it is, mate. Yeah, that's probably the first 3 or 4 months I piled the weight on. Really did.
Oh,
As you can see.
I meant
But
to.
you're filling that top well. That's all I can say. You're looking.
I wouldn't have mentioned Luke
Shaw-ish build.
Yeah, nice Luke Shaw boobies. Is that what you're saying?
I've got
Here,
to scroll
I bet
up
you're-
in chat because I read a comment that I wanted to read.
I bet you're glad that top's black because it doesn't show your nipple. And where the Chevrolet comes to, it hides your nipples.
Exactly, yeah.
Here it is. I've found it. Dion78, try moving the wick away from the air hole inside the tank, Mark. Again, Dion, I take your point, and you could well be right. That might well help a bit. But I don't know about you two. I always like to get, from mouth to lung, I get my coil really close to that airflow, really close. Always have. And, you know, whether that's in some cases the wrong thing to do, possibly it is. But how close is yours, Roy, when you do it? A mil? That's about mine, about a millimetre.
About that, yeah, as close as I can get it to the air.
And Mark?
Normally 1 to 1.5 millimeters. I do like a little bit of gap.
A little bit of Watford.
A little bit of Watford, not too much, but nice bit of gappage.
Gappage.
But again, that's all down to personal preference, isn't it? Some people like it closer, some people like it lifted a little bit. It just all depends. I've always said you're going to get. So when you first try a tank, especially a motor lung tank, coil placement's absolutely key for your personal taste, because you might build it, you might be 2 millimeters high off the airflow and think flavor's a bit muted here, this tank's a bit shit. Well, no, adjust your coil, take your wicks out, adjust your coil, or push your coil down slightly, try it again, and you might see the flavor improve, because it will improve the closer it gets. But then you got to remember, might get a little turbulent, it might get a little more restricted. It just all depends on you and how you like your vape.
Yep, absolutely. Chris has got a question for you, Mark. Have you found a coil maker now?
No.
Well, you see, I think you should be using Naturevape coils personally.
We need to have a chat then, don't we?
Moving on.
Well, the thing with me is, Mark, right? So when I'm using coils, whomever's coils I'm using, you've got to think, look, if anyone's going to show my coils off to the full potential, then it's this guy here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just keeping my options open at the moment. Maybe we'll have a chat, Mark.
When did you say your birthday was, Mark?
29th of January.
29th of January. I might have to. I might have to just, give you a massive present of a tin of coils or something.
What are you? 50 watt, Mark?
What is he?
What are you? 50 watt?
Cheeky bastard. 41 I'll be.
41.
51?
41.
Dude, I feel 51 at the moment.
A mere pup.
I don't know. Do you know what? It's weird because, like, in my head, I'm still 20. And it's the most bizarre thing when you get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and you realise you're aging terribly. Fucking hell, where's the last 20 years gone? Like, what's happened?
Well,
I'm 50 this year and still feel 18.
You're still a pup. I spoke to. I've been trying to collar my postman, not the guy who picks up all our parcels, our normal house postman who delivers every day. And because I've been ill and I haven't been able to see him all over Christmas, he's been getting later and later. I've missed him. And Saturday morning, Tina went, "Oh, how's the postman? Look, he's now delivering." And my letterbox is sort of right down the end of the drive, so on a post. So I ran out of the house and I was like, "Oi!" And he turned around and went, "Oh, Happy New Year," like this. And I said, "I've been trying to collar you." I said, "Yeah, I want to give him a drink for Christmas," because I thought those guys, do you know what I mean? they've delivered every day. They haven't had time off for the pandemic. They've worked right the way through it. They've worked longer hours, more parcel. I just thought, if anyone deserves a drink, it's him. So I just wanted to give him his like £20 note or whatever.
Yeah, I was speaking to my mate from my old office, and he said, so not normally on a decent round. So let's say there's two of you, like in Crosby, they get 1,200–1,400 quid at tips at Christmas between them, so like 700 quid each. But he said this year we got double that. He said people were so generous and kind, like just giving bottles of wine, bottles of whiskey, like 40 quid cash.
Yeah, I'm really not surprised. But I said to him that, you know, I've been here. He said, what's that? I said, it's not the old Rona related or anything like that. I said, just joys of getting old. And he went, oh God, I know. He said, and he's probably my age, I would say. But he said, in my head, I'm 30. He said, but my legs are about 90. He said, they really are. And he does struggle to get out of that van. Really does. So I guess, Postman, you walked a lot of miles, Mark. Your knees aren't going to last forever, are they, and your hips?
Yeah, on average, it was 10 to 12 miles, but over Christmas, you do 15 to 17 a day.
Yeah, that's a lot of miles.
It's a lot when you think it's almost 4 marathons a week. That's, you know, you're covering a lot. But what I used to love, it just kept me fit.
Yeah.
It just kept me fit because I never used to exercise. That was my exercise, you know, when going to work.
Yeah.
Michelle's put in, our posties are lovely. Well, one of my posties is my cousin.
I hope he got a decent sip then.
Yeah, don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah. Beware of yellow snow, son. There you go. Merry Christmas.
Oh, TVP deliver hand deliver a box of milk tray to the person who gets the likes up to 100.
Setting a noise a mustache. Shane Gibson says, do you close the juice control on the Lamo or leave it open? Well, no offense, Shane, it'd be a bit foolish to shut it.
I close it when I'm filling it.
Oh, when you fill it? I don't bother. I just fill it. Never had an issue.
I've tried both ways.
But you're vaping 70-30, Mark, aren't you? It's 50-50. If you leave it open, you can get a little bit of seepage through.
Yeah, I guess you would have to close it then, yeah.
But with a 50-50, if you close it, you've not that problem whatsoever. But if I've tried it a couple of times, but I do like the bit in the insert of the cap that's got the cutout, so that it's not forcing the juice down into it whenever you put the top cap back on.
That's not. I mean, the wick holes. I'm going to say to people that just use Muji. I'm going to give you a little tip. I tried Muji, and if you look at my review, I doubled it because there's such big wick holes. But I've tried of late. I think it was fuzz cotton, and I've had no issues with that at all. That stuff really expands that fuzz. I've never tried it before.
Because you seen mine and I showed you. You said, "Oh, you haven't got enough wick in there." But I had no leakages whatsoever because I was using fuzz, and it does.
You were using fuzz as well. Yeah. So
I'll tell you what I find with like Muji as well. It swells up. So once you've juiced it up, although dry, it'll look a little loose. Once you've juiced it up, it swells out a bit, puffs out a bit. But the only cotton I never found that with was the cotton bacon prime. I think it was the cotton bacon prime. Never swelled up. It never got that puff to it. So I've always found when I was working with prime, I'd have to stuff a little more cotton in.
That does. That swells up. I actually love that stuff. When I found it in a shop and they were selling it cheap, I ended up buying 3 boxes or 3 tubs of it.
I'm just lazy. I just like the shoelace stuff. It's just easy.
Easy life.
The only thing I use the shoelace in is the Profile RTA.
I use it in everything.
Am I that far behind in Jack? Kieran put biggest turkey of 2020, the cog.
Yes, you're that far behind in chat. That was
35 minutes.
Well, never mind. Oh, it's Frank. Yeah, the cog was fixed. No, I'm gobsmacked. That's all I'll say. I wasn't saying it for effect. I'm gobsmacked. Lynn, we was talking high end Morgan. I agree with you. Got the updated deck as well. That's something different. I thought it was going to be about the dwarf.
Shane Gibson got a new postman this morning. She's about 22. Big tits really made my day.
Scott Lee. I'm glad you mentioned this, Scott. Scott Lee, Mark, I think you'll enjoy the Bishop RTA. Nice and quiet and nice flavour. I've got the Bishop. here, Scott. They sent me this yonks ago. I don't even know if it's got a number on it. I think it was a prototype. Yeah, nothing on the bottom at all. Whoops. Nothing on there whatsoever. I wish this camera would focus tonight. I don't know what's wrong with it. Yes, it is quite smooth. I've been asked by quite a few people, are you going to get the Bishop? Are you going to get the Bishop in? And I have spoken to them about it. There's 6 variants. There's stainless steel 2mm, 4mm, black 2mm, 4mm, gunmetal 2mm, 4mm. So that's 6. There's smoked glass, Oldham glass, clear glass, drip tips. The whole range is huge. And I'm not sure at the moment if... I wonder what Mark was doing then. Yes, I would sell a few, but the problem is, from an online retailer, if you buy a range like that, and I have to buy a lot of quantity to get the price, and let's say I buy 200 and I sell 30 of them, the result is obvious. I've lost significantly. And that's the problem with a big range. If I was going to buy them, I would probably just buy a splattering of stainless steel and black, to be honest. So I hope that's answered the question. I might still do it. I do think it is a good little tank. I'll still do it. Frank and Miser, it's hard to see how mouth-to-lung RTAs get better than they already are. Guess that's why I don't make them. I think it would be hard. They've refined them now so much, I think. There's the odd one that's a little different, and Mark's just shown one on the screen. The Lamo, I think, is different with those inserts. There'll be little twists and quirks on already existing ideas, but how do you make the perfect... If I was going to criticise the Lamo, it would be the top cap, without a shadow of doubt.
That's only because you two don't use it properly.
Right. For the next 2 minutes, Roy's going to tell us how to use the Lamo.
All you do is you hold the knurling there and twist the top cap.
Yeah, but I've got sausage fingers. I can't do that.
Fingers, a finger and a thumb on the top cap, like that, and twist. Therefore, the glass doesn't twist round, and you take the top cap off, nice and easy.
All right, fair enough, right? But listen, it would be so much easier with the knurling the opposite way around. Admit that.
No.
Of course it would.
Because you want the big knurling on the bit you're holding the twist. So therefore, the big knurling on the bit you're holding the twist, your finger and thumb on the small knurling at the bottom, and you twist it. No problem at all.
Set the noise to Roy. I didn't get to 20,000 subscribers by not knowing what I'm talking about.
See these new reviews.
I didn't get where I am today.
On the scene, you know everything. Hell.
Fair play, Roy. Oh dear.
Shane Gibson, who's that Bond villain who had the cat? Spectre, wasn't it? I think it was Spectre.
It's one of the only few times, Mark, I've ever disagreed with what you said. Believe it or not, and your review of the Lamo. It's the only thing I've ever disagreed on. Normally, I'm like, because I've watched, you were the first reviewer that I ever watched, and probably in all that time, in the past 4 years, there's probably been 2 things or 3 things I've disagreed with you. That's one of them.
It looks like I've upset Elemental E-Liquids. I don't know what's happened there. Must be a troll.
They asked if you taken on E-Liquids for review, and I think
they're taking a piss. It must be a troll account, Mark.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll see in about 25 minutes when you catch up.
Yeah, but you see, that gives me a chance to not get angry about it. Yeah. Look on the bright side. I think someone said about my latest review that I waffle. I took it in the nicest way. He said, "What's going on with the wall behind you?" I said, "It's old like me." That's the way it is. Frank Snowman, he's got the Bishop on the way. The Platinum have the same wicking, cut the deck on with the tank, no tucking, thinning, can't get any easier. Yeah, it is a doddle. It's got little cutouts to put your coiling rod through and everything as well. So
yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a problem, Russ. Listen, the top cap's it's not a problem. It just would have been so much easier with the knurling opposing ways, that's all.
See, I would have had problems with it then, because I'm not my fingers probably would have slipped down if the top knurling had been small. Whereas that's the bit I'm holding to actually twist. That's the bit I'm twisting. So you want.
I think you should have had a bayonet cap and then have done with it. That would have been easy. Because those bayonet cap, you push down, twist. It wouldn't have mattered about knurling then.
That's more manufacturing.
Well, so be it. Another couple of quid, bayonet fitting. They are going to make, I think, a tank extension for it, and I've told them that straight away. I said that I've only got one criticism really, and that's the top cap. And they said they're going to come up with a new design and show it to me before they put it in production. So,
does it need an extension? Really?
Well, it's 2 mil, isn't it? I don't tend to fill mine too much, but
no, I mean if you're vaping motor long, 2 mil's ample, I think.
Yeah. A lot of people do extensions. I don't. It's a bit like this dwarf. You know, I've got the shortish one here. There's a bigger one than that. There's a 5 mil.
Yeah, but then you start getting into ugly territory. I love the way it looks now. It's just a perfect height for me. You start getting into aesthetics then, and it just doesn't look right, does it?
Yeah. MF Lamo is pretty darn good. We'll carry on using it for sure. Thanks, Mike. I know you liked yours. I really don't know how to reduce this screen size of what I'm putting on. Normally it goes on there. It fits a treat, but I'm sorry, everyone. It's not working right tonight or last week.
When you put it up, does it not bring up little brackets either side for you to reduce it in?
No, I don't think it does. Let's try a Rufus one. Same age as me. I can't. I move it up and down. Oh, hang on. What's this bit? Oh, we're going to be in a muddle. No, I'm going to stop.
You might know from here now, MF8 was late in, as I don't like eating while watching a show. Can you remember Castor eating on a show? Yeah, I can.
Was that Mank?
Yeah, eat and run. Come on, eat his dinner and run.
I've never seen anyone get a knife, push all the food into one area, and just shovel it. It just came in like a dozer.
I honestly didn't watch much of it. I just cannot stand watching people eat and then see their food in their mouth.
Yeah, so I've just got to Shane Gibson's do you close the juice control of them or leave it open? I don't really worry too much about it, to be honest with you. I don't find it leaks either way.
Or people eating their boogers. That's another thing that puts me off.
Boogers? What are boogers? That's when your eye starts moving, you know.
Finger up the nose, pick a good one, bring it out, and then look at it and eat it. Ugh.
Oh dear. Right, I think I've caught up roughly. What's worse, finger in the hole or covering the hole? Kevin Smith. Don't know. David Adair, I've changed my stance on Muji. Stuff even works in my high wattage Voltros. I've been using Muji for yonks. Puff cotton is what I normally use. It's cheap, cheerful, and works really well. But having used that, what I say it was called, Fuzz, it's just that really is doing well for me. It just seems to, like Mark was saying, I tried cotton bake, and I'll be honest, I didn't like it. I had version 1 and never did try version 2. I didn't like there was a taste.
Shane Gibson's comment has just reminded me of something, Mark.
What's that?
TVP.
Which Mark? Oh, that.
What's that?
Right.
TVP. His comment says the Lamo looks fantastic on the vicious ant. A certain person who Mark knows won a vicious ant, and Mark tried his damnedest for about 9 months to even buy it off him, to get it off.
Yeah, 40 quid he won it for, and it was like a 4,500 quid mod. Bastard.
It was gorgeous though.
Yeah, it was nice.
I've got to the comment now.
Michelle's got loads of pop cotton. She uses it for her nails.
Right. Okay. Well, Elemental, you're on a yellow card, mate. One more like that, and I'll get me spanners.
That's definitely a troll account.
There you go. Thank you, Spanners.
Because it doesn't even come up whenever you search it on YouTube.
Right. There you go, Spanners. Get rid of that one, please. One of the three of you. Someone is booting. Yeah, exactly right. Gareth, was he put? Oh, MFA was late. Yeah, it's okay. I've caught up everybody. Everybody I've caught up. Oh, Tim Rice, Fuzz's food stuff, but I prefer Muji. Okay. Yeah, well, we've all tried different things. Your Michelle, loads of puff cotton left, been using it, doing my nails. It works for that as well. So what's new, Mark? I had a funny feeling tonight. When you came out, I thought, I've just got this feeling he's going to be a bucket tonight, and you haven't been. You've been.
No, I've been on my best behaviour tonight. I'm trying to get. So what I'm trying to do is get less trolls, but obviously, you know, I'm failing miserably.
Failing miserably. See,
apparently, I work in a call centre, so who knew?
Well, that's not my understanding.
Apparently so, yeah. Like,
yeah.
You can run, but you can't hide. You see, you should say, yeah, you're right, but Norwich Union or Aviva, they've been really good to me. That one, there'd be so many wasted calls going into Aviva.
Oh, no, yeah. I work for Barclays.
Barclays.
So I had heard you work for Paddy Power.
I couldn't possibly say where I work.
Paddy Power. Hello, Paddy Power.
So what's new, Mark? Well, nothing with me. Nothing's new. Like I say, I've got a couple of reviews coming up this week. I'm going to do that Vertex back end of the week. I'm going to do that Joytech Trilogy kit, and also going to do the Rochford Project on Sunday. That's my week plan.
All right, that's a juice I've never tried. Rochford Project. I've never tried it. I don't think I've even spoken to him. Don't think so. But
it's lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of people seem to like it. So be interested to try one day, perhaps. Roy, anything new?
Not device-wise or anything like that, but I bought that Daddy Pig Smoke Juice in. Bought 3 bottles in, just more because it's a Northern Ireland company that I'd never heard of before, and they've been going since 2013.
We know why you bought them, Roy. Stop messing about.
Well, partly because of that, and partly because it is a Northern Ireland company I've never tried. But so far I've had the Coke float. I've got it into the Vupu with the PMP coil in it, and it actually really does. It tastes really, really good, like a Coke float should. And the other 2 I haven't tried yet, which is rhubarb and custard and strawberry cream. So I'll be doing reviews on those. I've got a review for the Ed Balance to come out. It'll probably come out on Thursday. It's recorded and everything else and edited up, so just need to release it probably on Thursday. Did the review out tonight with Alamo. So apart from that, I'll have to see what else Michelle's got to nick off.
You enjoying your Ed Balance, Mark? Roy?
I'm loving it. I haven't put it down since I got it. Yeah. I'm being honest. Every day, it's my everyday vape now. Normally, I would have sat with a pod, but
I knew we'd educate you in the
end. I was trying to get good juices to put into it, but now that I've got, I say, where's the bottle of rhubarb and custard?
What I haven't told him, Mark, is that was my sample pot.
So you can see the difference. I started on the rhubarb custard first, and then on Sunday I went on to the strawberry custard.
Yeah, I still don't think the rhubarb's quite right. It's still not custard enough for me.
Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like in a rhubarb? Me, that tartness, that bitterness you get in rhubarb. Yeah, especially in a custard. Custard can be quite heavy. I like that tartness in it in a rhubarb. Just nice, breaks it up nice.
Do you know what I think makes going well, Mark? A touch of vanilla.
Touch of vanilla. Yeah.
Just to draw out, it will draw through the custard, because the rhubarb in it is perfect. I love the rhubarb in it because as Mark said there, the tartness in it, and it's got tartness, but it just needs something to pull through that custard. And I think the vanilla would pull it through.
Could be. But like you, Roy, I mean, I've got the strawberry custard. I keep thinking that camera's over there where it used to be, but it's here. The sample of that, a tester sample, and I'm really happy with that. I went through 2 tanks in no time. So that's potentially going to be on the scene. I saw a question. Matthew Barton, are you reviewing the V3 at any point, Mark? V3? V3.
Yeah, I think he means the Supreme V3. I would do, but I've lost the box and all the accessories. So plus I've put the bubble tank on it when I first opened it. So it's just pretty pointless just having the tank and not being able to show off everything you get with it, because you get decks and that as well with it. So probably not. But here's my review. Buy it. It's amazing.
There you go. That was the quickest review ever. Quickest review ever. I was just looking through chat at the same time. MF Vape, yes guys, all turn your thumbs down into thumbs up now. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, come on, listen to Mike. You know he makes sense. Always. Go on, you're going to say something, Mark.
No, actually, no.
All right.
I wasn't going to say anything. I've got. I'm going to do my bi-weekly vlog this Sunday as well. That's when I'm going to do the juice reviews and a little cheeky little vlog as well. I'm just going to try and do it every 2 weeks. I haven't got a name for it yet, like. But yeah, that's great. And next week, God knows.
God knows. I'm sure that. I mean, it won't take long, Mark. Crikey, you'll soon.
No. I mean, it won't take long. I'm slightly aggrieved at the moment and disappointed with some so-called friends that I've helped in the past and not reached out. But listen, not to say I'm bitter, but it is what it is, isn't it? I've got to do my own thing and just hope that it does pick up and people notice that the channel's back. I've sent a few emails out, so we'll see.
I think it's I think change should be refreshing and rewarding, and change can be. And I think sometimes you've taken a step back, you've reassessed, you've probably worked out more so now who are your allies and who aren't, and you know where you are. You've got a clearer vision, shall we say?
Exactly.
I've certainly done the same thing over this recent period. I think I said last week I've cleansed a lot of my accounts, and it does give you a bit of a lift that you're not having the people that in your face all the time, because I've got no time for it, no tolerance whatsoever for that sort of thing.
No, I think my vision's going to be a bit more tunnel vision going forward this year, and I might have to have a cleanse of a few folks, but we'll see. We'll see what happens down the road.
Yeah.
The main thing is looking after number one this time and just focusing on myself, doing my own thing, and hopefully that'll pay a dividend in the next few months. We'll see.
Well, I think you can tell that I've enjoyed it more. I've done 2 reviews in 2 days. I mean, when have I last done that? Do you know what I mean?
Well, you're not worrying about stress and drama and nonsense.
No, I'm not. I don't see it. So what I don't see, I don't care about. And you know that I don't watch so many YouTube reviews now. I watch the people that I want to watch and the ones that I think, are nice, decent people. And I'll watch those reviews, the ones that I trust, and that's where
that's the way I've been for, well, probably the last 2. I watched less now in the last year and a half than I did for a long time, but especially for the last year, I have felt a lot happier. I don't go into many shows, but probably the only live show that I would go into would be this if I wasn't on. MF Vapes, whenever I get a chance. If Mark goes live, I'll go into it. I don't go into any other live shows. I don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
I know if I need to speak to somebody, that the 2 Marks are at the end of the line to talk to.
Absolutely. So yeah, like Mark said, if you don't see anything, then you're not stressing over it. But I think I got to the point where, and people still do it now, people I don't even know, if they see some drama and shit, I get screenshots and messages like, have you seen this? And it's like, I'm really not interested. Not bothered. Is it really going to affect my life and my existence? No.
That's
somebody called me a name. Someone called you a name on the internet. Have you seen it? I get called a lot of names in real life.
What again?
Some stranger on the internet doesn't really affect me all that much.
And I guarantee that same stranger on the internet, if they saw you saw you anywhere, they'd be up to, oh, TVP, I love your stuff.
Strange.
I just want to. All I want to do is focus on making good reviews again. That's all I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in. But listen, like I said in my vlog, in my comeback vlog, if somebody pokes me, make no mistake, I'm not going to sit down and let you, walk all over me. I'm still going to poke back, but I'm going to make it a point to not do the poking. Does that make sense? I was a bit of a poker, and instead of a poking,
you had a massive shit stick.
You were the giver, not the taker, were you, Mark?
No, I was definitely the giver. So I'm gonna maybe try and tone that down a little this year. Don't do so much poking, especially it's just not worth it.
I think
it's not worth the arg. It's not worth the drama.
You do reap what you sow, don't you? To be honest.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
I reaped big time. I sowed a lot of seeds and reaped the rewards from that.
You were a refined combo.
As good as your close-ups are, they're still not just as good as they were last year. Yep.
No, they're not. I've said that to my friends. I'm still a little bit rusty. I'm still not quite in the groove yet. But that'll come with time, won't it? Because obviously,
I'll be back to where you were last year. It was a close-ups, because as I said, there's nobody comes close to your close-ups at all.
I did
in
move.
My opinion.
I did.
And don't forget the beaver method.
Oh, and
the beaver method. Exactly. I used the beaver method on the Lamo.
I did move my camera mark on the last review, and I was just thought, I can't get used to this. All the gear, no idea. Here I go again.
It's all the settings I forgot. I had before. I had everything set up. All my cameras were set up perfectly. All the settings and shit. And because I've not used them so long, they'd all reset. And it's like, why did I do this before? What did I have this set on? And then you watch it back, and you're like, that looks like shit. I'm gonna have to redo that. But I'll get it. It'll come.
It'll come.
It will do.
Well, I had the what was that? I was doing the Nest pre-built coil. For some reason, it kicked me off this Rode microphone and put me on the PC one, and I played it back. I thought, hey, I went to edit it, and it sounded like I was in a tin can. So I thought, right, I've got to do it again now. And I went down, I had a cup of tea. I thought, never mind, chill out, shit happens. So I had a cup of tea. I came back upstairs. Made sure the microphone was. It wouldn't, for some reason, it wouldn't trigger this one. So, but took out the USB, put it back in, and it triggered it. It was fine. Went through the whole review, and what hadn't I done? I hadn't turned these bloody lights on, had I? I'd done it.
Could you not have just recorded the sound, recorded the audio?
I couldn't have done the voiceover because there's me talking, isn't there?
Well, here's a tip. I always. Any recording I do, I record the audio twice. I record it also in Audacity as well. So if the video audio is fucked up, I can just overdub it with the Audacity audio, so I don't have to re-record it. So that's a good tip for you. Just always do it twice.
If only I knew how.
See, these newbies come out with good tips.
I know. What do I know? No, but I used to do it a lot. I'd record a video, watch it back, and the audio's shit, like really rubbish. And because I use OBS, it's like I've not turned my mic on in OBS. And then I just started dual recording it, and it happened a few times after that. And then I just overdub it with the Audacity audio. Easy peasy.
Kieran, Naturevape is aiming to get in the top. My top 3 reviewers of 2021. I got in there in 2020, and I couldn't believe it, Kieran. But yeah, a few more reviews. I might get back in there.
Well, I'm not. He's got a long way to go to get in my top 3. Okay, this better be the year of Naturevape. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know how I would get in your top 3, Mark, ever.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Graham, we need the old TVP before you got involved with Jay's lol, not so aggressive. Yeah, I mean, you discussed it before, Mark. Your reviews, I loved your reviews, and that was what you were best at, I thought. And that was when you were happy.
That's what I used to be known. That's what I used to be known for, making solid reviews. But then I got known for being a troll or a dick or aggressive or this or that. And I don't want to be known for that anymore. Like I say, I'm never going to lie down and take shit. Make no mistake about that. But this year, 2021, I want to be known for being one of the best reviewers in the UK, and that's all I want. That's all I'm interested in.
Matthew Barton, why do you think there is so much drama in the review scene? I watch a fair few watch YouTubers and they're happy to send Rolex and the like around the world for each to review. I couldn't agree more, Matthew, and I don't know why that is. It does.
Jealousy. It's jealousy. Plain and simple.
It's petty jealousy, though, Mark.
Petty jealousy. That's all it is. That's all it ever has been. One person is jealous of another's success. See, the thing is with human beings, it's very difficult to celebrate another's success, whether that be in real life, whether that be on the internet. There's always somebody that's going to be bitter about another person's success or being successful. That's all it boils down to. You know, they want what you've got.
Don't you think that's an English thing, though? Because in America,
That's what I'm saying, yeah, UK thing.
People love it when someone's successful in America, but we seem to get all bitter and twisted about it.
We do. We can't celebrate another person's success because it's just
weird.
It's just not the in thing. It's just not our thing to do, is it?
But,
and it's just it's such a shame because, like you say, when you look at other people around the world, they're really good friends. We can't have that here.
Well, I'm always happy to celebrate anyone's success. I'll put it that way. But it is, and as well on here, I will say I had a lovely message from Skint Vapor at the end of last week's show. And I think, to be fair, he seems a nice chap. He's trying to make an effort. And even he said it's a shame we can't all get on.
He does seem like a nice lad, and do you know what? I've reached out to him a couple of times, and he's never even had the courtesy to get back to me, which pisses me off. Because if I'm going to reach out to someone, get back to me at least. And I said, look, I'll come on your show. I'll squash any beef with anyone. Me, like I don't even know who half of these people are who are on your show. I don't know them, but they're all talking my name. Like it's ridiculous. None of them know me personally. Not one person on there knows me on a personal level. So I just don't think they have the right to say some of the things they said.
There's one on there that would have thought she was your best friend at once. She would have said you were her best friend at one stage, but she wasn't.
And I reached out and said, "Look, I'll come on your show and we can have a beer and squash it." But yeah, I never got a reply, so that irritates me.
Well, I guess it would. But I did try that New Year's Eve and thought, let's just wish everyone a happy New Year getting into it. But it didn't work well.
Just want to change the subject back to TVP again. Adrian Mason's put up there. He prefers a reviewer who you can trust to one with flashy camera work. The thing about Mark's down low shots is they're flashy, just because he puts the flair and style into it. But the one thing I've always said about TVP is you can trust. And say twice or 2 or 3 times within the 4 years that I've disagreed with what he said, but it's definitely one you can trust. If he says something that's shit, you can nearly bank your bottom dollar that it's shit. If it's
that's something I pride myself on being, quite a trustworthy geezer. That's something I do pride myself on. And if people think I'm untrustworthy or whatever, then that's again, that's your opinion. You're perfectly entitled.
Hard-earned money, isn't it? You're talking about you review
exactly.
It's their hard-earned money, and I don't think there's anything clever about saying something's brilliant when it's not, or vice versa. Because
well, for the sake of maybe getting the next new release for review, you're going to say something's good when I don't play games like that, mate. If it's crap, it's crap. And if the company don't want to speak to me again, which has happened many, many times over the years, I couldn't give a monkeys. Because like I said 2 weeks ago, for every company that says we're not sending you anything, there's 2 more waiting.
Yeah. I always think it's good if a reviewer bought his own stuff. Even if he said on the review, I've bought this, like I will everything else. I don't want any company to send me anything. I'll buy them. Even if like on a the money thing where people can donate the money on the review, you get 25, 30 quid back on that, wouldn't you? I'm sure people would like it and respect it. Get your money back for the thing that you bought.
Yeah, I think going forward, especially the next month, I might have to start buying a few things just to get in for reviews so I get established. But I have no problem doing that. I'll buy, because then I can buy what I'm interested in. There's a couple of new RTAs I'm really interested in, so I can pick and choose until I get back on my feet. And like I said, I have no issue doing that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people might say that I'm, for want of a better phrase, cocksock and Mark, but I'm not. It's he's one person.
We've been friends coming up for
It's one
5 years
person
now. Long fucking time, man.
I would trust him with my life, and I've trusted him with things that I would trust nobody else with. And that's just pure honesty coming down the line. I would trust him with my
going back to what I said about people and peers and stuff like that, there's not many lasting friendships you can make with peers, and people that you can form lasting friendships with in this game, because it's just very difficult because of all the jealousy and the backstabbing and stuff like that. So, me and Roy have been friends like probably a little bit longer than me and Mark, but 4 or 5 years, all three of us together. It's like, yeah, it is what. And you're not going to be friends with somebody that long if that person's untrustworthy or a bit suspect.
No, I think we're visible to the world here, and people
exactly. Yeah, you are what you are.
What someone's like, I think they do.
Yeah.
Michelle would jump in if I said something on here that I say the opposite off camera. Michelle would soon tell you.
She'd slap your ass, man.
So Tina.
Ankles. She only reached the ankles, Mark.
Ankle biter.
Yeah.
Peter Kendall, any recommendations for a good mouth to lung liquid? Don't do salts or tobacco, mainly fruit.
Wait till that comes out. That's all I can say. Get that one as soon as it's released. Strawberry custard 50/50 mouth to lung. It is crack.
Yeah, I'll tell you another one as well, and it's Nasty Juice. They do a mouth to lung range as well as the salt. So try the Nasty Juice. The ASAP grape especially is phenomenally mouth to lung. Really, really nice, strong flavour.
Future do one as well, don't they? That you
oh my god,
milligram. But Peter, the other option you got, I don't know what you're looking for, but personally, what I use is we do concentrates, and in fact, we do the VG, the PG, the Nick shots, and everything. But I've done a YouTube video on it, so if you look through the Naturevape YouTube channel and look something like DIY mixing the easy way, this is actually Mike MF's idea. This was blackcurrant, raspberry, and lime, and I mix that to 9 milligram strength with a 60/40 VG PG, and for me, it works, and that's what's in both of these.
What's all this self-promotion? I've done a review. Check out my review on my channel.
It happens to be fact, Mark. That is what.
Silly me, I'm forgetting where I am and what channel I'm on here. Yeah, sorry.
Don't forget NV10. If you go to Naturevape's website, naturevape.co.uk, and use.
I wonder if Mark's done my discount code yet. I wonder if he's. No,
I could do actually, because you have bought from me, Mark. So I'll just apply a discount code to your.
No, I want my own personal discount code for Naturevape. I want a TVP.
You'll have TVP5. Everyone else can have NV10.
No, so I can say to people in my group, "Oh, you buy it from Naturevape, TVP10." There you go. I'll look after you.
Can I get RR0?
All right.
Yeah, you can get -10, +10.
+10. And just to reinforce that, Mark, Shane Gibson, Mark Naturevape, I'd say 95% of my mouth to lung stuff comes from you. Wouldn't deal with anyone else. Customer service is some of the best. Thank you very much, Shane. I appreciate those kind words.
The customer service is second on. I've had everything that Mark has ever sent out next day, and that's to Northern Ireland, which I'm really surprised at.
Yeah, it is quick. I'd say I give him that. He is quick. He is bloody quick. That's
he's not quick. Mark, hang on, rephrase that. Mark's not quick. Tina's quick.
Tina's quick. Yeah, the lamo. He said at midday or 1 o'clock on this day. He said, "I'll send you one. I'll get Tina to send you one out today." It was here at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, "The fuck is this wizardry? What's going on?"
That's because the postman got a Christmas bonus.
There you go. So tip your postman, you see, people. This is why you're not getting postal mail for 2 weeks. You didn't tip your postman. They're all still pissed off.
Keep calling your postman a tosser. Your mail's going to be late. Gareth says that there's a shed load of drama going on right now with the USA joke review. I didn't know that, but couldn't give a flying. I hadn't heard that at all. No idea.
It's all kicking off about the Paramore mod and Jay Hayes and Mr. Just Right.
Oh, God.
They don't like each other, basically.
Right. Okay. That's funny that Jay's in the mix of that.
Jay Hayes, drama?
Oh, dear.
No, nobody does drama like Jay Hayes. I give him that. Nobody, man. He just tears strips off. He could tear a strip off pretty much anyone he wanted to.
Yeah. Pav says, tone down TVP. Is that even possible? I believe it is. I believe it
That
is.
was an hour ago.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Roy. Did you speak, or was that indigestion you had?
That was Norfolk time an hour ago.
Oh, it's okay. Kieran says that he needs to invest in better equipment. Still recording with the Logitech, just not technical in that way.
No wrong with that. Listen, I've got the technical ability of a flea's wing. Like, I am useless. I just wing it. Basically, just wing it, man.
I seem to make buying mistakes. I bought the Canon 80D to do, and it just didn't work on a capture card, HDMI capture card. Just didn't work at all.
Well, now, Mark, you can get. It's called EOS Webcam Utility. Download that, and you can use straight through your camera. As soon as you fire it up, you get the option to put it in something like this, which is what I done with my M50. At that, when I turn that on, that's using the webcam utility software, and it's cracking.
I have seen that now. Actually, that wasn't applicable at the time.
It wasn't a thing back then, no, because I bought the Elgato for 4K capture card.
That's it. That's what I've got. Yeah.
And it was okay, but it weren't all that great. It was a bit laggy.
You have to turn the camera on before you turn the stream on, otherwise you get just this green flicker, don't you?
Yeah, it was just rubbish.
Yeah, for some reason, like I say, my microphone was playing up. It sounded a bit like muffly as well. I don't know why. I love this Rode thing, but I don't know why it's suddenly done that. Gareth, any chance of a Nest RTA, Mark? Well, I've just reviewed the Crime Hill, this one, if anyone can see it. They've done a bit of a different job. I was thinking about the Nest, actually, and
Don't do an RTA.
What I could have done better with that would have been clamps, not the screws to bring the wires around. If I'd have done clamps that just closed down on those wires, I think that would have been so much better.
The clamps would have been tiny, though.
They would have been tiny, wouldn't they?
It would have been too small.
Pav says that Skint is a good lad. He just seems like he does his own thing to me. Michelle, I'm a promoter, but only post things that I like and think others will like. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. We've discussed this before, haven't we? That sometimes I'll get something come through and I think I ain't reviewing that. It's rubbish. Probably we should to stop.
So yeah, again, I'm going to stop doing that this year. Even if something comes through and it's crap, I'm just going to review it. I'm going to review as much as humanly possible this year in 2021. I got a bit picky and choosy, which again is no good for the people out there. Just reviewing things that you like.
I do think you have to review things that are crap, because at the end of the day, especially if it's got a name attached to it, you know, people will think, oh, coming from such and such company, it's going to be good. But there's going to be times when that company makes something that's absolutely crap, but people will buy something just because there's a name attached to it. And if they get a chance and somebody comes out and says, look, this is a pile of crap compared to everything else that they've released, don't buy it, type of thing, without saying don't buy it.
There's one or two people saying they're getting the deliveries next day. Fantastic. We get the odd problems like anyone else, but we try.
Oh my, it's 10 past 10.
Do you know what? I was going to say the same thing. I don't believe it, but we've run over time, and I didn't even know it's 10 o'clock.
That's flu.
I think it was Pav who said it was 10 gone 10. I just thought, really, has it? So we've come to the end. I don't know where that time has just gone. Well, mind you, Mark was late on parade. You know,
I was 10 minutes late. Good grief.
100 lines. I must not be late.
Can I just say though, I always come last.
Do you?
That's not what Becca said.
Too real. Have you?
That's not what Becca said.
I was told no one ever remembers who's come second. Do you think about all the tennis things and that? Who came second in 1994 or whatever? No one will know, will they? They might know the winner.
Not quite the road I was going down, Mark.
I knew the road you were on. I guess the only person that remembers when he comes second's a woman. That's my point. Anyhow, on that note, I think we'll say our goodbyes. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because I was late.
Go
Okay. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, we really do appreciate it. Thanks for all the thumbs up and the 23 thumbs down. Massive thanks for that, because they all count. They do all count. Bastards. 23. That's got to be a record, surely.
Yeah. Mind you, there are
quite good,
93 in chat, and there are 93 thumbs up or down. So everyone's contributed.
Yeah, so thank you. And Rufus, it would definitely not be the first or last time I've had the biscuits, as you know, my friend. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And I just want to say as well, thanks for all the nice messages and support I've had since I've been back. I do hope I can repay that kindness and faith in future videos. Thank you.
Excellent. Young Roy, who's the middle.
How am I to follow that? But thank you to everybody in chat. Again, without everybody being in chat and contributing to the chat, it'd just be the three of us sitting here talking crap. Well, I talk crap all the time anyway, that's beside the point. But thank you to Mark. Thank you for Mark for having me on again. I thoroughly enjoyed it this evening.
Nice.
I'll pass it to Mr. Naturevape himself.
Nice to have you on the show, Roy. Yeah, same again from me, really, basically the same. And if I've offended anyone about this dwarf, I don't apologise. I've told you what I honestly think of it, and that's all you can expect me to say, really. But, you know, as I'm not going to harp on, it in many ways it is superb, but that is its one failing for me. So all your lovely comments, all your contributions, you always do contribute. You make the show easy, to be honest, because you come up with some good questions and good things to chat, so it makes it a doddle. Everybody stay safe. Please take care, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Take care. Oh, don't forget Roy's review of the Lamo. Have a look at that.
Thank you.
The Lamo, not the Lamo.
It's the Lamo. You can't say
Lamo.
Name's lame.
Lamo.
Lamo.
Bye, everyone.
Definitely.